Here we go. Hi, welcome everyone to our Yoga for Everybody class today. My name is Skyla Ramirez, your teacher today. Your audio and video has been disabled and this meeting is being recorded without your name in the video, so all privacy is protected. Let's go ahead and get started this morning with some breathing. Let's come into any easy seated position for your body today. I am sitting on a yoga block. This is one of my favorite yoga tools, but you can most certainly find a pillow, a blanket, or even have a seat in the chair as we create the foundation for our practice today. As we move into these breathing exercises, let's go ahead and lengthen through the spine. We may want to put one hand on the belly and take the other hand up into the center of your chest. We're feeling for the breath moving through the belly and the lungs. Inhaling through the nose as much as possible. Let's draw in a nice big breath in through the nose, down to the belly, up to the heart. And then exhale with a sigh and relax your heart and your belly. Inhale, breathing into the belly, up to the heart. Maybe even pull your shoulders up for a moment and then let it all go. Nice big sigh. Let's try maybe just 2 or 3 more like that. Inhaling, the belly pushes out into your hand. It comes up into the heart. The chest is rising. You can let the shoulders come up. Loosen up your armpits. And then exhale. Big sigh of relief. Let's try one more. Now let's place both hands over the belly and lower your head enough so that an egg could roll off your head. Let's practice a little bit of belly or diaphragmatic breathing. You may even want to close the eyes to visualize the breath. Imagine a balloon somewhere between your belly button and your spine. As we inhale, that balloon inflates 360 degrees. So we'll feel the stomach pushing out and maybe even start to sense the sides of the waist and the low back pressing out as that breath expands in all planes of movement. On the exhale, we just soften the belly. We might pull the navel in. We might even feel that we're tightening up the dimples in the low back. Pull them together and pull them in towards the spine. Pull in the side ribs and the side waist just a little bit as well. Inhaling, rounding out the breath in the belly. And then exhaling, softening the entire trunk of the body. If you notice that you're not getting a big enough breath, you could always bring that breath all the way up into your chest. And then, of course, exhale again, soften through the heart, soften through your belly. As we continue to breathe easy, we may want to go ahead and start regulating the breath a little more. Now, I just want to throw in a little side note that if you've had any sort of illnesses or challenges with your breathing, it could even be just good old Texas allergies this time of year. Just notice that you can bring that breath all the way up and take as much time as you want to breathe. Take as much time as you want to exhale. Eventually, maybe shaping the breath so that when we inhale, it is equal to the exhale. So maybe as we inhale, we count 1, 2, 3, exhaling 3, 2, 1. Remembering there's absolutely no rush with this. You may want to count a little faster. You may want to count a little slower. Remembering that as long as we're breathing, we're doing yoga. Everything else that we do in this practice, everything of the physical nature, the mental nature, the emotional nature, all of that is regulated by the breath, the life force. This is the building block by way all other senses are created and refined. Inhaling into your belly, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Now maybe take a moment and set an intention for yourself, just a short-term intention, a short-term goal. What is it that maybe you want out of this session today? Have you come in with any expectations in this practice today? We could all be here for just a variety of reasons. So are you here because you just want to have less stress? You want to experience more peace, right? So then if that's what you really want, you just simply set the intention of, I am here to experience peace. If you're here because you want to feel stronger, or maybe you want to have better balance, you say, I am here, I am present to be balanced. I am present with my strength. So we're creating an affirmation that ultimately becomes a mental, emotional driving force for all that we choose to do in our practice today. Positive action, positive effect in the practice. When you're ready, let's lower the palms down, palms facing up on the lap, lengthen through the spine. Again, keep the chin down just enough so an egg could roll off your head. From here, let's draw the elbows back with the palms up. And as you inhale, slowly sweep those arms back and around, reaching up and overhead. Let's turn the palms forward with a little bend in the elbows. And then exhale, bring it back and around. It's just a nice big backstroke movement to start opening the chest muscles. Inhaling, palms rising up, nice big sweep. Exhaling back. Now, if you want, add in the 3 count rhythm. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhale with a sigh. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that for maybe 3 to 5 more breaths, creating movement that is rhythmic with the breath. This is a style of yoga that almost becomes like a beautiful dance, vinyasa. Every movement is intentionally choreographed to match with your personal inhale and personal exhale. So we're able to sync up the mind, the body, and energy connections. Let's do one more. Big inhale. Exhale back. Let's inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Let's take those fingertips back behind the head, fingertip light. And as you inhale, lift the chin, open the armpits, and pull your ribs up. So you're doing a little bit of a seated back bend, allowing the head to maybe rest back, supported with that fingertip light touch. Big inhale. And then exhale from the throat, round the spine. Let's pull the elbows in and drop the chin into the chest. Opening up the back of the heart. Inhale, open the elbows, big breath in. And then exhale, let's close that up. Now you're welcome to build on this with a big arm stretch. Inhale, opening up, perhaps even like a yawn, big inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands in and round the spine, elbows in. Inhaling, either butterfly wings with those elbows or a big stretch. And then exhale, bring it in, elbows in, round the upper back. Let's try just 2 more like this. Inhaling through the nose as much as possible so we're able to filter and warm the air more efficiently. Exhale. Just like you're fogging a mirror. Last one. Let's come up to seated tall. Let the hands relax down on your lap, palms facing up. On an inhale, let's take that left arm back and around. Sweep it all the way up towards the sky. Push your left hip down just a little bit more into the floor. Let's experiment with looking up towards that extended hand. This is going to require the most effort. This is going to recruit the most muscles working against gravity. From there, maybe look forward with your heart. Let's experiment with the different head positions. And finally, look over your right shoulder, bringing the chin in just a little bit. This is considered one of the the kindest positions for the head and the neck so that we're not fighting against gravity. As we move through the class today, we're going to experiment with that head position a few more times. And no matter where you are, check in and make sure you're moving towards comfort. Inhale into the upper left lung and reach just a little more. Imagine you're holding on to maybe 100 helium balloons coming up and out of your ribs, pulling the ribs away from your side waist and hip, opening the left side of the body, improving digestion, elimination processes, overall healthy gut work. Big inhale, reach again. Now, when you exhale, turn that palm forward and we're going to sweep it back and turn through the trunk of your body to look back behind you just a little bit. It's like checking your blind spot when you're driving. Let's take our left hand down onto the left leg. Maybe turn that left palm up so that we're able to draw the shoulder back and down. Let's open our right hand, pull that elbow back and around. Big inhale, big circle sweep. At any time, if there's any pain or discomfort with this, you could bend the elbow, you could bring the hand in front of your face. Let's try looking up. Again, noticing what are the sensations that accompany the choice to look up. In some way, how are we affecting the way we feel? The choices that we make are creating different sensations. Inhale into the upper right lung, holding on to 100 helium balloons, pinning that right hip down. Let's look straight ahead with the heart. How have we changed the sensations in the body? And then maybe choosing to look over to the left with the chin down. Again, just noticing where do we experience the most comfort and giving ourselves that credit for making choices to create that comfort for our bodies today. As we create comfort for our bodies, this is known as the practice of ahimsa, loving kindness for oneself. Let's breathe once more. Big breath into that upper right lung. When you're ready, turn the palm forward, bend the elbow a little bit. Let's move back with that right arm, and we're tracking our hand back and around, and then slowly bringing the palm up, coming to a position with both palms up. From wherever you are, if you're on a perch of some sort, let's come down onto the floor. We're going to take our knees over to one side so that we're in this sort of a side saddle seated position. Let's come down to the floor so that we're lying on our sides. And then from lying on your side, go ahead and roll over onto your back. So there are a lot of different ways to go from seated to lying on your back. And if a physician or maybe another medical professional has instructed you to transition in a specific way, please use your physician's advice. From here, let's draw both knees in towards the chest, opening those knees just to the width of the hips and interpreting the width of the hips either as where the fleshy hip is or where the bone is. So go ahead and experiment with that. Is hip width with the flesh comfortable versus bring it in just a little bit? Wherever there's more comfort, let's hold it there. Let's bring our hands behind the knees and thighs. Go ahead and point and flex the feet. Web out the toes, wiggle the toes. Maybe even roll those ankles out. Oh yes, if you have your volume up, you're going to hear some snap, crackle, pops coming out of my ankles. If you have a little snap, crackle, pop going on too, just know that that is really common. It's usually natural. It's just fluid or air moving through the body. As long as there's no pain. When you're ready, relax the feet. Let's stretch the legs straight up towards the sky into legs up the wall position. Viparita Karani. Let's push through the heels, working in a bigger calf stretch here before we put a lot of weight on the feet. Let's point the toes. So now we're contracting and strengthening those lower leg muscles before we put weight on the bones. Let's try that just a couple more times. Push through the heels, little bend in the knees if there's any pain or strain. Pointing the toes, wiggle the toes. Just one more. Push through the heels. And now press through the toes. From here, let's bend our knees, lowering just that right leg down, keeping the right knee bent. We're hugging the left knee in towards the chest, both hands behind the thigh. On an inhale, release that left foot down to the floor, left knee bent. Exhale, draw the right knee in. Let's continue to alternate this, inhaling when we lower the leg, exhale when we draw a leg in and we compress that lower lung. Inhale, release. Exhale, contract. So we're going to keep this rhythm of alternating knees to chest for maybe a minute or two, warming up the hips, stretching the muscles that move over your kidneys and adrenal glands as well. Also working with the lymphatic system here. So basically this is a spa treatment for your body today. If you'd like to experiment with maybe creating a little more core work here, try lifting your head towards that lifted knee. You could even put a hand behind your head for support. And then lower down. Other leg up. Coming up, head to knee pose. And then bring it down. So we might do maybe just a few more of these. Lifting the head is completely optional. Exhaling, contract. Inhale, exhale, contract. Even this up for your body on left and right. When you're ready, both feet stay down. Knees are at your interpretation of hips width. From here, let's inhale, take the arms up and reach them overhead. Big stretch. Now, your arms can be way back, palms up, maybe even the knuckles touching the floor, or the hands can be more up towards the sky. No matter where the arms are, go ahead and make fists with the hands. And imagine you're trying to climb a rope. So your arms can be with any angle in that shoulder, but no matter where you are, we're trying to climb a rope. So we're loosening up any tension that could be hiding around the shoulder blades or even in your ribs behind the heart. We're just going to loosen all that energy up. Let's do just a couple more. Reach, reach, reach. Climbing the rope. When you're ready, take those hands down beside you, palms down, just to the hips. Let's press into our feet. If you happen to have a yoga block or even a pillow, I recommend using that between your knees at this time. Otherwise, you can imagine that you have a volleyball between your knees. Let's engage or squeeze the inner thighs, push down into the feet. And as you inhale, peel up your tailbone, squeeze the buttocks muscles just a little bit for a pelvic tilt. So we're creating a subtle contraction in the gut. Exhale, relax the pelvis. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, relax. Adding in that breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale from the throat. Let's do maybe 2 or 3 more of these tilts. So the tilt is a great way to introduce the body to new sensations. If you're having any pain here, maybe just use a little less effort. As an alternative, if you're noticing that the body is feeling pretty good with this, maybe try tilting the pelvis, then push into the feet and hover the hips. So different from a glute squeeze in traditional fitness, where in traditional fitness, there's a lot of emphasis on squeezing the buttocks muscles and almost thrusting or pushing the hips to the ceiling. Maybe just for today, from a yoga perspective, We practice less effort. So try not to squeeze the buttocks so much, but instead push down into the feet and dig into the heels. Imagine you're pulling those heels back with that little heel dig. When you're ready, slowly lower, relax everything in the body. Inhale, squeeze, tilt the pelvis, lift up. The squeeze is in the inner thighs, not so much in the buttocks muscles. When you're ready, slowly lower it down. Take a moment to release everything so the body can reset. Find the beginning of the next inhale. Squeeze the thighs, tilt the pelvis, slowly begin to come up. Bridge pose, and then exhale down. Let's try just a couple more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. If you have a block or prop, just take it off to the side. Let's take those feet out wider than the hips. We'll bring our arms out like a T. Your palms can be up or down for support. Let's let those knees sway left and right. Windshield wiper knees, big windshield wipers. As we continue to twist, let's match it to the breath. Inhaling through center when the spine is neutral. Exhale and twist, wringing out the body with the breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale from the throat. Exhaling with the mouth open. This ultimately is helping us to loosen the muscles in the low back and hips that could be clenching for a variety of reasons. We want to make sure those muscles are open to move and there's a healthy range of motion before we stand up and put a lot of weight on the bones. Exhaling, twist. Let's even this up. Just one more on each side. Notice if it feels more comfortable to twist to a specific side, then let your body roll over into that twist on whatever side is more comfortable. From here, we're using our top arm, pressing it down into the floor to slowly walk ourselves up to that side seated position. You can stay seated for the next few movements or come around into all fours. So there's just a little bit of movement that we might want to do from all fours today, or you can sit back in a chair for these next couple of movements. You can have a flat hand with the shoulder, elbow, wrist in a straight line, or maybe make a fist with your thumb forward, place the flat part of the knuckles on the ground, or lots of places this could go, come down onto your elbows. That could be more comfortable as well. If you always do the same thing in this pose, I recommend that you just try something different today. So I'm going to use my fist. From wherever you are, we're dropping the belly and letting the hips unhinge back, pulling forward through your heart and sternum, lifting and opening the throat, holding cow pose. On the exhale, let's pull the belly button up. Naturally, that contraction is going to pull the tailbone down and we can drop our head into cat pose. Inhaling, dropping the belly, hips hinging back, coming into cow. Exhaling, navel coming up, dropping the head, relaxing the back of your neck. Finding our own unique rhythm that accommodates our breathing. On the exhale, contract, waiting for the breath. Wait for the breath before the movement. Notice that point in which there is the ability to say, yes, it's time to inhale and I'm going to move with that breath. So there is this real intentional response to the breath. The movement is intentional so that it's choreographed to each inhale and exhale. Let's hold it in pose, rounding the spine, dropping the head, shake the head yes, and then turn it left and right as if you're going to say no. Say yes again, shaking it down, good. From here, slowly come into all fours. Let's think about how our body might want to come to standing today. I am consistently transitioning based on health and fitness guidelines and also from physical therapy, occupational therapy guidelines. So you're welcome to watch me and even try the transition as I teach it. Or once again, just follow your doctor's orders or go with what feels right for your body. So to come from all fours to standing up, we're taking 1 foot forward first, and we might want to put a hand on the thigh for support. If you have a chair or a wall nearby, most certainly you could use that as well. Let's tuck our back toe, shift forward into that front foot and leg as your pillar of support. Push down into that foot as you lunge forward and lift the back knee and then step forward. So you're coming into a pretty casual standing forward fold with your hips back. From here, let's slowly walk those hands down. Relax your spine, relax your head and neck. Shake it out again, finding our standing forward fold. Exhale from the throat. Maybe we take the hands away from the legs and put them on the thighs, or reach across and hold on to your elbows and forearms. Let's add in just a gentle sway with the hips, giving the body just a little bit of time to tune into new sensations, new weight-bearing movements, finding all the muscles necessary to balance us as we come to standing. When you're ready, come to a still point. Let's bring the hands to the thighs. Walk the hands up nice and slow. You can stop at any point, stabilize blood pressure, eventually coming all the way up to standing. Let's step to the top of our yoga mat or wherever you are today to find mountain pose. Rolling the shoulders down and back, palms are open. Let's look at our feet and take them out to hips width. Again, let your body determine what is a comfortable hips width stance. On the inhale, we're sweeping our arms up and overhead. Nice big stretch along the sides of the body, and then exhale, palms forward, sweep it back. Keeping that sweeping motion with your breath, at least 3 to 5 more of these. Once we've seen the movement and we've practiced it, we may want to close the eyes while we practice the movement, tuning into any subtle shifts. It could be in balance, it could be physical sensations. Just tune in and notice without judgment. So we're working with the art of observation. Can we watch? Can we notice without reacting? Big inhale. Last one, exhale back. From here, let's inhale both arms up overhead. And if you want, you can have a bend in the elbows. We're lacing our fingers together, inverting the palms, and you could push out in front of your body or up overhead with this palm gesture. From here, let's step our left foot back, a casual stride. Your heel is going to turn in on that left foot just a tiny bit. Let's bend our right knee, making sure that we can see our big toe and our little toe. We just want to be sure that knee isn't twisted in or out, and also want to make sure it's not going too far forward. So finding that that knee is in a straight line with the ankle is usually the safest place for us. From here, let's pull up through the palms of the hands. On the next inhale, sweep back behind you. And maybe we lace the fingers behind our low back or crisscross so that you have fingertips reaching towards your elbows, forearms resting at the low back. On the inhale, pull up through your ribs and heart, chest expansion. Draw the elbows back and open the throat. Exaggerate the breath in the center of your chest. Big inhale in through the nose. And then exhale, just like you're trying to fog a mirror, relax the jaw. Big inhale, 2 more. And exhale. Last one. From here, let's take those arms away from the back. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, swan diving, coming down about halfway. So we're resting our hands on that right thigh to support the spine. From here, you may want to work on straightening that right leg a little bit, and then bend it a little bit. Inhale, straightening the right leg. This is going to shift the weight back into your left foot. Exhale, come forward, feeling that weight pressing down into the front foot. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, little bend. Let's do 1 more of those sets. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's hold the bend. Flip the hips back just a little more. Imagine you're trying to lower the belly to the thigh. On an inhale, it's just like cow pose. We might even straighten the arms a little. Inhale, lengthening forward through your spine. Hips are flipped back. Exhale, let's slowly tuck the tailbone under and round the spine, dropping the head and the neck. Inhaling, flipping the hips back, straightening the arms. Exhale, relax the elbows, tuck the tailbone and round the spine. Just a couple more of these. Inhale, hips go back, lengthening through the heart, opening the throat. Exhale, rounding the spine. Last one. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, relax your jaw. Inhale into cow, hold it there, and maybe walk the hands down to the shin. Let's slowly relax the upper back. We may even let those fingertips touch the floor, or if you have a chair or a wall close by, you can hold on to that. Either keeping that right leg bent or straightening the right leg as we continue to drop the head and relax the neck. Let's imagine that we can feel the breath moving on the back sides of the lungs, along the sides of the spine. Breathing into the low back, middle back, breathing up into those spaces behind your heart and under the shoulder blades. Notice any tension in the face. And if you're noticing any tension at all in the body, again, open the mouth. Let the breath go. Let that breath be audible. Listen for the exhale. When you're ready, let's soften that right knee. Just looking up a little bit with the head. We're taking both hands to the shin and to the thigh. Slowly coming up so that our blood pressure stays happy with us. Slowly making our way up. From here, slowly stepping forward, meeting at the top of our mat. We may want to shake the legs out a little bit. Let's center the body. Come to mountain, feet at hips width distance, shoulders down and back. Inhaling, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Let's keep that centering our, or we do that. And if you want, add in a little bit of chair pose with this. So we can inhale up and you can exhale down with the option to push your hips back behind you. Shift the arms to shoulder height at the most. Inhaling, lifting up and overhead, extended mountain, option to look up. Exhale, take it back and around, option to sit the hips back, gentle, conservative energy going into this. Inhale, breathing up. Exhale, taking it down and back, maybe just one more. When you're ready, mouthfuls, moving through our sequence on the other side, inhaling both arms up and overhead. From here, taking our right foot back, a casual stride, Keeping a little bend in that left knee, left leg forward with the knee bent, right leg back, right leg straight. From here, let's inhale, open up, place the hands behind you, and you can lace your fingers, or you can let the hands rest at your low back. From here, we're practicing 3 to 5 chest expansions. Inhaling into the heart space, bowing out the chest, exaggerating the lift of the heart. Imagine that there's a string at the sternum or with the collarbones, and it's pulling you up towards the sky. So it creates a back bend, but we're not focused on a back bend. We're focused on opening the chest and lifting towards the sky. One more big inhale, exhale from the throat. Let's release our hands. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, swan diving out to the side, pressing the hips back, bringing our hands onto our left thigh. From here, we might want to shift forward and back, keeping the right leg straight. The whole time we're bending and straightening just that left knee. Exhale forward, inhale, straighten. Exhale forward, inhale, straighten. Let's hold it in that forward position. And now we're going to release the hips back, cow pose, looking forward. From here, find your exhale, round the tailbone under, round the spine, and drop the head. Inhaling, hips go back, heart moves forward and up. Exhale, hips come in, heart lifts from behind the spine. Just a few more of these flexion and extension movements, massaging all of the muscles that are along the sides of the spine. Gently contracting and moving the gut, the intestines, kidneys, adrenal glands. One more time, inhale out, and then exhale in. From here, inhale, hold that cow pose expression, hips back, chest forward. And let's think about walking the hands down to the shin, and then maybe down to the floor, or hold on to a chair, or hold on to some other means of support. Exhale from the throat. We can straighten the left leg. Let's shake the head yes. Turn the head left and right, just making sure that if there is any tension hiding in the face or tension in the back, we can release it through relaxing your neck and jaw muscles. Try a sigh of relief, audible exhale. 1, 2, 3. Exaggerate that breath. Let's try 2 more. Big inhale. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Really push that breath out. When it feels right for you, look forward just a little bit. Let's walk the hands slowly up onto that supporting left leg. From a neutral position, blood pressure happy, we'll come up to standing. Let's turn in, step to the top of your mat, kick out the legs. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths to center ourselves in mountain, finding that hips width stance for the body, opening the palms of the hands. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back, and maybe even add in that gentle sit back, gentle chair. Inhale, open. Exhale back. Option to close the eyes. That option is always there. Once you see the pose and practice it a few times, maybe close the eyes and start to identify with the posture by how it feels, knowing that we are in the right position because we just feel we're in the right place. Let's try one more. Big inhale. Feel yourself in that right place, whatever that is for you. Let's hold chair. And as we're holding chair, strengthening those thigh muscles, you can always put the hands at your heart or down on the thighs, allowing all of our effort and energy to be invested into strengthening the legs. Push the hips back. It's okay if you drop your chest a little bit, especially if you have more of an arch in your hips. You want to keep that chest lifted just slightly, but not so much that it's creating a tension or compression in the vertebra. One more big inhale, holding chair. When you're ready, stand tall, relax your arms, and shake everything out. All right, so we are going into our standing balancing posture for this portion of the class today. I want to give you an opportunity while we're standing to go grab a sip of water. Let's be sure that everybody feels properly hydrated. We've done already a lot of work with the kidneys and the adrenal glands. So this is a good time too, if you notice that your body needs a little potty break, you could run to the bathroom and come back. So I like to do just a 1 minute intermission to give your body a chance to reset. If there's anything that's feeling achy in your body right now, check in with that, move around in any natural, organic way. Surely we don't all need the exact same movements. We have such different lives and our bodies have different demands through the day. So do what feels right for you. Our standing balancing pose today is tree pose, Vrikshasana. And this can be done a lot of different ways. If you feel that you have mastered this pose, mastering the pose means that you're standing in it very still, right? That's it. You've mastered the balance of this pose. You have a few options. Number one, you can close your eyes while you stand in the pose. That always makes it a little more challenging. Another thing you can do is stand by a wall with the pose and hold your leg up by a wall. Maybe close your eyes with the wall. So we're just introducing different opportunities for the body to recruit different muscles based on how we change our bodies, we change our support. This is going to change the way the nervous system acts, and that's going to help to recruit newer neural pathways. So healthy brain function, brain to body function. All right, so let's get ready. I have lots of props around me, so you will see me grabbing for a cycle, a wall. Every once in a while I have a chair. I highly suggest that you just have something close by that you could pull into the practice to support you today. Notice when you resist support. If you resist support in yoga, you might be resisting support in your everyday life. So bring in the support, bring it in. Let's come to standing and let your weight shift a little bit left and right. Notice if maybe one leg seems a little more eager to support you in the posture. I'm going to stand on my left foot today into my left leg, but you stand on your right if that feels better. From wherever you are, we have that one standing leg. Let's just take the other leg and you're going to bend the knee a little bit and then lift the heel. From here, I'm lifting my right knee and then I'm turning it out to the side, placing my foot somewhere, anywhere from the floor to the inside of the left leg, away from the knee. So we can always reach down and give that foot a little lift up to get pressure off the kneecap. I know what y'all are thinking. Most of you are thinking, but my foot fits perfect on my kneecap. It does. It is anatomically a perfect fit, but the knee is in a really vulnerable position with pressure coming in on the side. So we want to get that pressure off of your kneecap in tree pose. The bigger expression of the pose is not the better expression. The best place to be is where you can breathe, wherever you feel that you're breathing with the most comfort and ease. That is the foundation for all other physical, emotional, energetic attributes in the practice. Notice where your hands want to be. They don't have to be symmetrical above your head. That's very traditional. They could be open. You might even have the palms forward and elbows in, cactus arms. You could reach out like a tightrope walker. Sometimes the long arms gives us leverage to balance. If you're a little wobbly and shaky in the pose, smile. That is natural. We're human, so it's going to be human for us to get a little wobbly over time. You might even feel a little shake going on in a foot or an ankle. This is just the body learning. The body's learning what needs to be recruited, what muscles need to be woken up so that we're able to meet the demands that we're placing on ourselves. Let's take in at least 2 more deep breaths while we're holding this. When you're ready, relax your hands. Let that foot come down. Let's just shift a little bit left and right. We're going to do this on the other side. Keep in mind that it can be very different from left to right. There could be muscle imbalances. There could be visual issues going on that impair our balance. So letting go of thinking that your balancing pose is going to be balanced. Let's step onto our supporting leg, bending the other knee. And when you're ready, we're lifting that knee. Maybe your toe stays on the floor. Let's open the knee out to the side, letting that heel rest on the inside of your standing leg. Option to draw that foot up past the kneecap or under the kneecap. If you reach down to give that little lift to the leg, be sure you just check in with your posture. Come back up, shoulders back and down. Once we have our legs in position, move the arms around. It can be very different from left to right. And of course, you always have the option to close your eyes and feel for that posture in your body without visual distraction. Vision is such an incredible gift. For the nervous system, our brain takes in a lot of information from being able to see our surroundings. That can be a blessing, but it can also work against us sometimes because we don't learn to feel what's going on in the body, trusting what we feel versus the body leaning and trusting what it's seeing. What do you feel is right for you? Close the eyes. You might even affirm to the body, I trust what my body feels. I trust my body. It is safe for me to feel my way through this pose. It's safe for me to feel my way through this breath. A few more easy exhales. When you're ready, let's take our sweet time. Come out of the pose, shake off your legs. Let your body move in any natural way as we're moving into our final minutes together. I'd like to give you an opportunity to get comfortable for a short meditation and relaxation. Coming down to the floor, we hinge from the hips, walk the hands down. Maybe we hold onto a wall or the floor. Take one foot back, lower the knee. Option to take our other foot back, sitting down on one hip. Our knees are in front of us, and then we can lie down on our side. You can stay here or roll onto your back. No matter where you are, you might want to move around just a little bit, get the body comfortable on the floor. You could even do the knees in real close to your armpits and maybe shake out the legs or rock a little. Take a minute to engage in any organic movements so that you're able to settle the body down for meditation and relaxation. So this will be about 5 minutes, meditation and relaxation. Sometimes we have a little longer time for this, sometimes it's a little shorter time. Today it's a little shorter. As you come into your lying down position, you might want to put both hands on your belly. This is where it all began today. We began with noticing the breath, noticing the movement of the breath in your belly, noticing that intimate connection between the mind and the body, our ability to watch what the body is doing, even watch the feelings that may come and go with the breath. Try breathing in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing bubbles. Maybe even close your eyes. Inhale, blowing bubbles. Notice where do those bubbles go as they float out and away? Do the bubbles reveal any specific colors to you today? Notice if you're able to visualize the color red, maybe orange, just recalling through the mind's eye these colors, the color gold. Exhaling bright emerald green. Exhaling turquoise blue. And now indigo, violet, purple. And now inhale, absorbing brilliant white light. And then exhale, maybe you're exhaling brilliant white bubbles. Or maybe you just exhale and it's this white vaporescent energy, this beautiful iridescent shimmering silver light. Inhaling white light, exhaling white light. If you're not seeing the colors at all, just have a presence of a coolness that accompanies your breath. Inhaling a cool white light, and then exhaling this cool wind of white, shimmery energy. If you're not seeing the colors, if you're not sensing them, just keep working on it. We're just simply attempting to stimulate specific parts of the brain. So if you're not seeing it or feeling it right now, it's okay. That comes with time. Let's try maybe just a couple more. Inhaling that brilliant white light, coolness, openness with this white light. Exhale. Perhaps recalling our intention for our class today, or what's the purpose? What's the expectation for your practice today? Take in a breath and let it go. No attachment to the outcome. Just simply noticing where you are in this moment and affirming, I am safe. I have all that I need. I am open to doing new things, to living in a new way. I am loved. I am understood. I know, I see. Maybe just simply sum it up. I am the embodiment of grace, love, compassion, patience. All of those virtues and states of being that ultimately weave us into the fabric of humanity. Let's draw in a deep breath. Let it go. You're welcome to stay exactly where you are in closing. If you do have a little more time today, maybe just lie here a little longer. From wherever you are, we can bring the hands over the heart or palms at the chest, traditional opening and closing gesture of Anjali Mudra. Seal physical reverence. Let's draw in a breath together. Exhale from the throat. And from here we can close. Namaste, everyone. Go have a beautiful day. Take care, everyone. I will see you next week.